Ladies and gentlemen, I just finished watching Fear the Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 8, and...
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Alright, I don't know how to introduce this video. I really don't. I'm so mixed on this episode because on one hand, just like the last episode, there were some moments, like a lot of moments, I should say, that were so unforgivably terrible. A lot of them. But then there was a couple moments in there that, I actually kind of liked. So, oh man. All right, why don't we get the better out of the way? So that way, maybe I'll timestamp it. So the good, I'll put the good here, and then I'll put the bad and the rant stuff later, because there's a lot of it. I'll start with the good, though. So this episode did a lot of things. There was a lot going on at once. I'm not going to break it down like scene by scene, just because there's so much in it that I don't think it's worth it to do that. There was a couple really good moments in there, and all of them, every single one of them, except for one segment, except for one little part, they all revolved around Troy. Troy's performance in this episode was excellent. It really was. His dynamic with Madison in this episode was great. It really was. I enjoyed every bit of that. I enjoyed the stuff we got of Troy interrogating, and this is spoilers for the later parts that we're going to get into. I don't think anyone here watching this video gives a shit about spoilers for this show, so I'm just going to drop it right now in 3, 2, 1. Charlie comes back in this episode, and Charlie dies in this episode, so, okay, we'll get into that in the rant section, believe me, but that's more of just a funny thing. Anyway, Troy's dynamic with Charlie was fantastic. Their conversation was great, and then after that, Troy's conversation when he was at the standoff with Madison, fantastic. It was reasonable. It worked really well as later when we got to see Troy freaking out that he lost his, I guess, daughter, and then Madison and him have like a moment, and I thought that was all incredible. It truly was. It really is great to see. I think his name's like, Daniel Sharman, something like that. His range as an actor is great, and it's brought out very well here. Troy Otto, even if I don't, like you guys know, I do not like Troy Otto returning to the show, but he's here. It's the cards were dealt. I'm going to have to suck up to it. And I'm glad I did, because honestly, it was good. His performance was really good, and I enjoy him back on screen. Whether I hate that they literally resurrected his character or not doesn't matter. I like him back on screen. It works well because Troy was built for fear. Like, he's a good fear character, no matter who wrote it. He's just genuinely enjoyable. And that's where I get into some weird thoughts in my head where I'm like, well, they're kind of nailing him. Like, why can't they do that with anyone else? In the same vein, they're also not nailing him. We're going to get into a lot of that stuff, and it's just this story feels a little ridiculous, but whatever. All in all, the point of what I'm trying to say is I genuinely did enjoy Troy coming back into the show with this episode. It was great. Everything he said was reasonable, right? Like him bargaining with Charlie, saying he's not going to hurt anyone, he's not going to hurt Charlie. All he wants is a place. All he wants is Padre. I believe him because that feels like Troy to me. Troy's a little crazy. Troy's done some evil shit and all of that stuff, but it's at least like predictable. You know what I mean? Like he's not unhinged. He's just a little crazy. Like what he says, I trust his word. I get it. So like when he's saying he's not going to hurt people, he's not going to hurt like Klaus and all the people in there, I believe it. I don't think that's what he's trying to do at all. I think he's just trying to get Padre, and it just so happens that Madison knows about Padre, even though I think that whole thing is so dumb, the whole Padre thing. It's just like, I enjoyed it with him. I really did. I just enjoyed what we got. He has such a good chemistry on screen. He really does. Like, I genuinely enjoyed it. That's the one thing. And then the other thing is after the dust settles of all the stuff that happens in this episode, we have a scene with Daniel where Daniel goes up to Madison and is kind of like, okay, you have fucked everything up. I don't trust you anymore. You suck. And I'm glad he said it because it's how I feel. And now it's making me think, okay, like, I guess maybe they are a little self-aware because a lot of the shit we saw with Madison was like, just so stupid. Like she's doing all these stupid things and it makes no sense. Everywhere she goes, someone dies. Everything ridiculous happens when she comes into frame. And I'm glad they're acknowledging that on screen. Like I'm glad to know they have some form of self-aware to see that it made no sense, half the shit she did. It's just like, I don't know. Dan's scene there was great. His acting for the first time, I think, this season was actually great. So I could deal with that. But like, that's kind of where it ends, really. Like, I don't think there's much else strong to say about the episode. This episode felt all over the place, so we're going to get into that now. So if I had a timestamp, future editing, Jerry, this is where I'm going to end that timestamp, because we're jumping in to the bad. There's a lot of it. See, like, yeah, okay, there was good moments. I don't care talking about it. It doesn't bring me light. It doesn't bring, like, anything in me to talk about the good, because it's so few and far between. Okay, those were nice, but everything else in this episode was just so bad. So fucking bad. All right, so like I said, I already started with it, so we're just going to talk about it now. Charlie comes back in this episode just to die. and my thoughts are...
Flush that turd down the drain!
All right. Let's get real for a quick moment. If you need help, I'm going to put a link in the description. I don't like to talk about things about people unaliving themselves and things like that, because it is very real and it's very sad. So I'm not trying to make fun of that here at all. That's not my goal. But but I gotta say, it is fucking hilarious. Everything that went down with Charlie, it was just so stupid. Even the way it happened was just so bad. Oh my God, it was so bad. But in the same vein, I was cheering the whole time. I actually laughed when it came to the moment, because I hate Charlie. And if there's one other thing I will say that I forgot to put in the good, it ties into this. Madison couldn't stand Charlie. Righteously so. And I'm glad that they got to see that on screen. I'm glad we got to see those emotions play out, because like that's exactly how I feel about Charlie. It never got better for me. And yeah, you have Strand and all those people saying like everyone gets a second chance. Sure. Okay, I get it. It's the apocalypse, blah, blah, blah. But like, no, not with Charlie. Just everything about her, I just could not stand. So this is what I've been waiting for since she shot Nick. Actually, even before, when she was just at the stadium, I just didn't like Charlie. So like, this was a big moment for me. This was a big like slow clap moment. You know what I mean? Like, I was really hype about this. Not gonna lie. Like, seriously, flush that turd down the drain.
Flush that turd down the drain!
That was a horrible trope. I'm glad she's out of the picture. I don't care who the actress is, blah, blah, blah. It's nothing against them personally, but that character fucking sucked. I'm so glad she's gone. So glad she's gone. You have no idea. But that doesn't negate the fact that it was so unbelievably stupid. Charlie's reveal was literally one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And there's just everything wrong about it. First off, we have, I didn't even mention, we have the return of Luciana. We're going to get into that in a little bit. But as soon as we get the return of Luciana, she wants to hide Charlie, who's called what? Like Iron Maiden or whatever her name is? I don't know. Iron Cobra, Iron Tiger, I don't know. They're calling her like whatever, Iron something. And then she's like, no, Madison, you can't see who's in here. And like, of course, Madison has to butt her way into the thing and be like, no, you need to show me. Why the fuck does she need to show you? You haven't seen her. I just don't get it. She did this in the last episode with fucking Victor. Victor, she's just like, oh, you're not Victor. You're not being true to who you are, blah, 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 like in front of everyone. Like, just shut up and know your place. Like, maybe there's a reason for it. You know what I mean? And I'm glad, again, that they were kind of self-aware in this episode to be like, Madison, like, chill out. Like, what the hell? But anyway, it made no sense that Luciana's guards just all put the guns up at Madison. They don't even know what they're putting their guns up for. I do not think there was ever a period in time where Luciana would have said, hey, in case Madison Clark comes back, you should hold her at gunpoint if she ever tries to see Charlie again. Like, what? And the whole thing made no sense. Why was she so important? She's a fucking truck driver. She just hands out fucking gasoline to all the good boys and girls. Like, what? I don't get it. I literally do not get it. It doesn't make any sense. And then the very fucking stupid shot we get of Charlie's feet coming out of the truck just to see the worst wig in cinema history for Charlie. I was like, why the fuck is her hair so like odd looking and black? And now I'd feel bad because I don't know what she looks like in real life. Maybe she has short hair or something. I don't know. But the wig looked really fake. It really did. Oh, shit.
A few moments later.
Uh-oh, sorry about that. We're having technical difficulties here at the Jerry Factory today. Okay, where was I? Something about Charlie. It was terrible. Everything about it was just so, oh man. Like I know I said before I cut, the wig was terrible. And then the whole thing where she's like, I killed your son. I killed Nick. Like, who says that way? I just don't get it. I do not get who wrote this show. Like, what? Who, in any way, thinks it's appropriate to say the way she said it? It sounded like a soap opera or something where she's like, I killed Nick. I killed your son. Like, oh my God. No one would say that way, ever. Like, you look at some really classic moments of the show. One that comes to mind is when Carol told Tyrese about his girlfriend, that she killed his girlfriend. I forget the whole thing. But the way she delivered it worked. It sounded legitimate. And yeah, okay, Carol's an older woman. You know what I mean? So she's had more time on Earth to understand how to talk to people. Yeah, sure. But Charlie is also, at this point in the story, what, 7 plus, I don't know, 13? She's at least probably 20, if I had to guess. She's probably like 20, 25, somewhere in that range. She should know better. She should know not to be like, I killed your son. Like, what the fuck? Who says that? Who says that way? It doesn't make any sense. Like, it's just so cringe. It's so ridiculous. and then I'm not gonna lie, Kim Dickens' performance there, I thought was pretty stale. It didn't feel believable. And then it cuts to Madison just hitting an old truck with a sledgehammer. She's like, like, what the fuck? And then to make matters worse with that, Victor Strand comes in and grabs her mid-swing of a sledgehammer. Like, who's thinking about blocking this scene? Like, what? No one in the right mind would literally come and hug you from behind when you're swinging a sledgehammer, which she clearly just showed to have been exploding heads of walkers, more than the spit that just exploded out of my mouth. I hope you guys didn't see that. That was like an explosion. Whatever. Anyway, oh my God, it was so bad. And then, to make matters worse, this is just like a rubbing of salt in the wound. Madison is like, I should have hit Troy harder. Like, okay, I mean, she's not wrong. I mean, I guess if he's alive, even though he was dead, guys, he was dead. Like, it's just funny, like, you're rubbing salt in the wound that way. Like, oh, I should have hit him harder. No, you fucking killed him, Madison. You should get credit where credit's due, but the writers don't agree with you. Like, it's just, it's so bad. It's so like, it feels very soap opera, and I think that's the biggest problem with it. It just doesn't feel real. Like, when Strand was hugging Madison from behind and she's crying, the tears felt fake. The dialogue there and the drama there just felt fake and forced and just stale. Like, like, I just don't know who's writing this. And then I had, of course, a problem with the way that they went about, you know, Madison being like, okay, Charlie, just kill Troy and all that stuff. But I will admit, I liked what Charlie said there, where she was like, I was 11. Like, I didn't know right from wrong. I didn't know what I was doing. Like, she's right. Even though I hate Charlie, I do. And look, I get it. They showed a lot of her being redeemed, blah, blah, blah. Alicia forgave her, but that was all bad writing bullshit. But I do at least understand the kid, in terms of the story, was 11 years old. She didn't know right from wrong. I get that. I really genuinely do. So her to say that, it makes sense. It just felt stupid because then Madison like went all medieval on her ass and was like, you killed Troy, like blah, blah, blah. It was so stupid. And then not only that, but to later retract her word and be like, no, I want to save this kid. Like, what made you so compelled to change your mind? Oh, because you saw an urn of Nick? And then there's another thing with that. All of the screen time that was wasted there of just showing flashbacks. And meanwhile, it's great to see Nick always on screen because Nick was great. But still, it's like, stop wasting the screen time. We don't need to waste it with this bullshit that you're giving us. It's infuriating. It really is. But there was just so much there that was hilarious. Like, Like, really, this show is just scenes and cuts and scenes and cuts and scenes and cuts. Like, there's no point to the shit that goes on. Like, we had Charlie come back in this episode after everyone thought she was dead. She has, like, moles and stuff on her face because of the radiation, blah, blah, blah. We didn't see her, and then it was like not like a Glenn fake-out death, but one of those things where it's like, hi, bye. Like, it's just funny. And, again, I'm not complaining about Charlie dying. I'm glad she died in this episode. She needed to go a long, long time ago. But of course, The Walking Dead is so, like, ridiculous now that they don't show anything. They didn't even show her death. And I get it. I think it's, like, a touchy subject because, you know, it's involving a word I'm not going to say on here. So they didn't want to show that. I get it, but that's so not The Walking Dead. This show is a gory show. And now it's just a cartoon show where the only gore is the zombies, but the people, they don't show any of the real shit that happens to the people anymore. And again, I've said this in many videos. I'm not one of those people that needs to be grossed out by the gore, but make it fucking real. Make it realistic. We don't need those cutaways with the stupid, like, slow motion, the flashbacks that went on forever. And the whole time, she's just thinking about Alicia. Okay, maybe I could get behind that because she was young, so she was kind of like raised with Alicia and stuff like that, but it was just so stupid. And they did the cut 3 times before she pulled the trigger. 3 strikes, she's out. Like, it was just so dumb. And then the whole build up to it was like, oh, like, Madison, I'll defend you with my life. Like, you're not going to give away Padre, as if it's a big fucking deal. Like, it's not a big deal. It really isn't. It's not that deep, bro. It's fucking Padre. If Troy wants the location, just give it. And in fairness, I'm very glad that they kind of hashed that out. It's not all about Troy just taking back Padre from Madison to, like, take something of hers. He's got a kid. It feels real. I totally get it. But it's going to end up being, I think, what's going to happen is they're going to see eye to eye and they're going to be okay and be civil with one another by the end of the story. She's going to help him out or something's going to happen. It's going to play out just like season 8 of The Walking Dead. I really do genuinely think that's what's happening. They're going to give him like a redemption arc and blah, 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 and they're all going to live happily ever after. I think that's what's going to happen. But just this whole thing was so stupid, and I'm glad that they didn't set up a false fight between the two characters like Troy and Madison. Like, I'm glad they were both on the same page. Like, fuck, this just fucked up our leverage. You know what I mean? Like, I'm glad they didn't play out where Madison was like, oh, you killed her, because, like, he didn't. But Dan did. Dan was like, you killed her, Troy. Like, oh my God. And then Dan, the whole time, he's like, I'm going to strangle you with my hands. So you've had so many opportunities to kill the guy. You've had so many opportunities and you failed at every attempt. You just haven't done it. It's just like, oh my God. But okay, so I didn't even talk about it, but the other redemption that happened, or not redemption, the other reunion that happened in this episode was Luciana. What the fuck? What? There's so much there that I'm questionable about. Like, okay, first off, they're in this gas station. Fine, sure. Looks like it hasn't been touched since before the apocalypse. Great, whatever. And then out of nowhere, who walks through the door? Madison. Well, I mean, not Madison. Luciana walks through the door. What? Like, oh my God. Like, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. It's getting me to the point where I just, like, I'm going to get infuriated, so I need to go meditate. I'm going to go I'll be right back. I need to go meditate.
A few inches later.
Oh, God. Okay, well, you know, I feel a little bit better. The point I'm trying to make is it's stupid. It's really stupid. And my blood's starting to boil again. I might need to go back, but I'm not gonna this time. I don't get it. This show, again, it's just scenes and cuts and scenes and cuts, and people are here, people are there, people are, here's Luciana, here's whatever. And then to make matters worse, Luciana was in Padre this whole time, and she didn't know about Madison. Madison didn't know about her. No way. Oh, I had to hide in the shadows, and I had to protect you, Dan. Oh my God. Like, okay, yes, I get that they have to explain it somehow. It's just, come on. Really? Like, I don't know. man, I don't even know where to go with this episode. I don't. There was just so much in there in the bad that it's just like, what the fuck? And I'm looking at my notes right now. Like I said, I got to give credit where credit's due with Troy, but like, I don't know. Did I miss anything? I'm trying to see if I missed anything out of here. There was just so much that went on in this episode. Even though the story was, in fairness, it was a little focused. Like the story of the episode made sense, but the convenience of Luciana coming back, then Charlie coming back, just for Charlie to die with no real clear explanation how they ended up there in the first place. Or like, why were Madison, Victor, and Dan there in the first place? Like, yeah, okay, they need fuel, blah, 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 but like, it's just like, where are they? Where are these characters? I don't know. Like, okay, I'll say this. This episode, there was more elements that I genuinely liked in this episode than in the last episode. So for that, I'll give credit where credit's due. There was a lot more funny moments in this episode. Like, I kid you not, the amount of times I actually laughed in this episode was more than I'd like to admit. And some of them were for, honestly, fucked up things. But whatever. Like, the most hilarious thing was Madison, like I said, hitting the sledgehammer on the car like, it was so funny. It was so stupid. But like, in fairness, everything we got with Troy, I actually liked, and I'm interested to know one of two things, and I can't believe I'm coming out of a Fear the Walking Dead episode saying I'm interested in learning something, but I actually am interested in learning who this woman is that he thinks was killed by Madison or something like that. Part of me is thinking, like, is it Alicia? I know that's crazy, but how would he have gotten her arm, number one? But then why would he have pulled her out of the rubble? Why would she have pulled him out? I don't know. It's probably not Alicia, but like, honestly, these writers are so bad that I could see them pulling a hot one on us and being like, oh, it was Alicia. Like, I don't know. I don't believe for a second that Troy killed Alicia. So that was my other question that I'm interested to see what happens is like, how'd he get her arm? Why is he playing with her? I genuinely don't think he killed Alicia. Like, that's not in Troy's character, even if he's on this revenge arc or whatever. It's not really his character to kill someone like that. It wouldn't fit, especially someone that he knew that well, that he had a history with. Even if he hated Madison, he at least, and he even said it in this episode, he thought of Frank Delane, what's his name, Nick, as like a brother. So like, I doubt he would kill Alicia. I don't think it fits in terms of the story. It's just like, I don't know. I mean, finally, I have something to, I guess, look forward to out of this show. Like, I'm interested to see what happens there, genuinely. But it just, overall. And by the way, and I think I said it earlier in this video, but I'm glad that Dan gave Madison shit for all the stupid stuff. So I'm glad we have that. I am interested to see where we go from here. I do feel like this episode set up a good ending sort of dynamic. I wouldn't say for a finale, but for a season of Fear the Walking Dead. I think all the things are in motion for it to work in terms of an ending. But then the next episode, we're getting Dwight and Sherry, I guess, at the sanctuary. Who knows what's going to happen there? Dear Lord, if they get back together, just... Oh, God. All right. So, yeah, I'm not as hot and heavy as I was in the first review. But that's also because, like, I didn't know how to tackle this episode. There was good moments, but the bad moments were so strong in this episode. And, yeah, looking back retrospectively of this video, I probably, like... There was a lot more I wanted to get into emotionally about Charlie returning, because, you know, watching this episode, I was freaking out over that because it was so stupid and so, like, hilarious in the same vein. But I don't know. I'm just, like, confused over this episode. I'm just exhausted with the show, guys. I'm exhausted with it. Like, this, God. Whatever. Okay, that was the review. Sorry about my malfunction there. Thank God I have another camera here to shoot on. But yeah, with all that out of the way, let me know. Did you like this episode? Let's start a conversation down there in the comments. And with that out of the way, thank you again so much for watching this video. And until the next one, I'll talk to you later. Peace out.